If you just want the cheapest bag that will take your gear safely from A to B, that's completely fine. But this video is not for you. This is for photographers who are willing to pay more than the minimum necessary, not for extra pockets or padding or features necessarily, but for materials, craftsmanship, design philosophy, and how the products are going to age over time. Because once you move beyond basic protection, not all bags, and certainly not all leathers, are the same. A brand can say Italian leather, but that really tells you almost nothing. Some leathers are fast tanned, coated, and designed to look perfect on day one, but they'll start to sag and lose shape and show marks really quickly. The best full grain vegetable tan leathers may show some early marks on the first couple of days you use them, but they soften and darken and develop a rich patina with years of use, revealing their true quality and their character. Manufacturing matters too. Some bags are made efficiently on conveyor belts. It's extremely consistent and functional. Others are handmade in small batches, basically to order, shaped on traditional wooden lasts, stretched and stitched using old world techniques, and finished by hand. And here's the key thing, you only really understand these differences when you can handle everything side by side. And I'm very lucky to have a huge collection of bags in studio at the moment, from well-known, respected mainstream brands to premium names to true luxury makers. This is just a small sampling, basically one of each of the brands. And it's only when you touch them and use them back to back that the differences in leather and construction and their intent becomes clear. And when you use them day to day, like using this one today, this one tomorrow, this one the next day, the extra time spent designing and manufacturing really shows through in functionality. Now, this doesn't make one approach right or wrong, it just explains where the money actually goes as the price climbs. Oh, and for those who are concerned about value for money and sky-high margins and fat cats getting rich, I want to point out that a high price point doesn't necessarily mean higher profit margins. In fact, I would say that the manufacturing price relative to the retail price, that ratio, is probably much lower on the most expensive bags in these videos compared to your more mainstream or fashion-oriented brands. Of course, depending on their marketing budgets and that kind of thing. So this is not a ranking per se, it's not a review per se, it's more of a showcase, and I'm going to do it reverse alphabetically, looking at each of the brands one by one, showing you how and where they're made, who's designing them, their focus, their design aesthetic, and what you get for your money. We literally have dozens of bags in studio for this. I'm overrun with boxes at the moment. I'll have links to all of the specific models that we run through in the description below. Let's jump in. Wotancraft is a Taiwanese brand that blends heritage, military inspiration, and modern camera carry. Their bags feel rugged and tactile. Lots of wax canvas, leather reinforcement, brass hardware, and full-grain leather. What sets them apart, however, is their range. Beyond camera bags, they're also doing premium leather accessories, watch straps, wallets, and so on, all in the same kind of design language. And to be frank, they're not chasing clout, they're about character and durability. So first off, here I have their 7-liter Pilot leather bag version 2 in black. This one's just come out. It fits a mirrorless body with a couple of lenses. It's also made from full grain leather. It's got a mix of metal and plastic hardware, but the strap attachments are really nicely designed. I really like how designed for purpose this guy seems. It's well thought out, it's refined, but it's not precious. I've actually been using this one pretty much every day since I got this one in on loan. Next up, we've got the Lightning Rider version 2 sling bag, and I have the strap off it at the moment. This is a medium-sized everyday sling bag made from a durable fabric with leather trim, designed to carry a big mirrorless system and a bunch of different accessories. It's practical, comfortable, and it's built for real use rather than just sitting on the shelf. It also comes with a bunch of little pouches that you can attach in tactical ways. You can fit a laptop and stuff in here. It's got the insert to put onto a roller bag. This guy has so many different options going on. Next up, this guy is the replica 15-liter backpack in salt and pepper finish. It's some kind of canvas, again with leather reinforcement and more straps than an S&M Dungeon. And it does have really nice reinforcement, quite a different system for the back straps. It doesn't look like a camera bag, but still gives you good protection. I think that's something that a lot of you guys are going to appreciate. And then accessories. This is a little full leather lens pouch, but inside I have other accessories that I've been using quite a bit. They have wrist straps, thick full grain leather, really high quality and also really comfortable, as well as neck straps that are thicker around the neck and then tapered towards the camera. They have different connection options. I've got them with the Peak Design clips. They're simple, durable, and they are nicely finished, and most of this stuff comes in a bunch of different colors and finishes. Speaking of, they also can do exotic leathers. So this is a custom alligator skin strap for my Apple iWatch. It's kind of a different category from the camera bags and accessories, but it shows their attention to detail and their level of finishing and the bespoke kind of offerings that they have. Side by side, the Wotancraft leather and overall bags feel honest and robust with a strong handmade vibe. Two things that jumped out at me: their products are kind of ready to wear. The leather already looks great. I don't know how it'll age over time, but it looks great as is. And the second thing is, they look much better in person than they do on the website. So with all due respect, Wotancraft, I hope you can find a way to show just how nice these products are visually, as I would have bought one of these years ago if I knew they were going to look this good in person. And fun fact about Wotancraft, their company logo, this Chinese character, is apparently so ancient, nobody can read it anymore. I've been asking around all of my friends and people are like taking wild guesses, but basically they can't read what this guy says. But I think it looks really nice and it's kind of embossed onto most of their products. Obviously, I have enough bags here for any kind of day outing that I could possibly need. If you're planning out your adventures for 2026 and 2027, check out my website. I have photography tours to some really exotic locations that we've been running for years and refined. They're fun and adventurous, and you're sure to come home with great memories and even better photos. Check out the details below. Owner is a New York-based brand that helped popularize the idea of the camera bag that doesn't look like a camera bag. Their philosophy is very lifestyle first, designed to blend in with your daily life, cafes, meetings, traveling, without advertising what's inside. Whilst they focus on full grain leather and wax canvas, and also kind of classic silhouettes of messengers and backpacks, the emphasis is on aesthetics rather than maximum padding or modular protection. In use, owner bags feel premium and they'll probably age okay, but the leather is clearly processed for consistency rather than strong character. And when compared side by side with higher end bags, they seem to be made to look good immediately rather than evolve and develop over time. I think Owner basically suits photographers who are looking for a premium bag that's an everyday bag first, with built-in camera functionality kind of as a second thing. First off, we have here the Owner Brixton. This is the leather 13 liter. It's a larger shoulder bag designed for mirrorless cameras with a few lenses. It's got a removable camera inset and kind of clipped in closers. It's polished, versatile. It feels like a proper everyday leather bag that can also carry camera gear without shouting about it. Next up, the Astoria, named after the suburb no doubt, is a compact shoulder bag made of canvas, again built to fit in a mirrorless camera. Again, got similar kind of closures, similar kind of padding inside, just a different kind of look, the canvas look rather than the leather. Overall, this is a lot lighter, and whilst it may not look as premium as the leather, from a distance anyway, in the hand, I actually much prefer the feel of this one, and if I were choosing between the two, I would go for this one. But for both of the Owner bags and kind of the whole range, it's for people who want to have a nice bag to go around with every day, but don't shout, "Hey, I have an expensive camera with me." Oberwerth is where everything changes. This is true luxury. Oberwerth's signature and luxury lines are handmade in Germany using traditional techniques, shaped on wooden lasts and stitched using old world cobbler methods, and completely finished by hand. And the leather is also on a completely different level. Full grain, vegetable tanned, minimal treatment, the kind of leather that's supplied by the same European tanneries that go to the highest end in the luxury market for handbags and that kind of thing. Side by side with other bags, the difference is immediate. The leather rolls instead of creases. It smells different. It feels alive, if that's possible. Oberwerth also goes far beyond camera bags. They have travel bags, backpacks, totes, small leather goods, all built with the same philosophy. This is where you're paying for materials, craft, and the time that's put in to manufacture them. This little guy is the Q bag. It's softer in structure and more relaxed than a lot of the other bags. It works well for daily or as a travel bag, whilst keeping that same sense of quality. As the name suggests, this is aimed at Leica Q shooters, and the naming is kind of consistent throughout the range. It really is quite a compact system. You'll note it's got these really interesting fixtures that at first are kind of hard to figure out how to use them. Then they're incredibly intuitive, great to prevent theft. And it is a minimal design inside, but you can see it's all nicely laid out, nicely padded, and basically designed for a Leica Q. Next up is the Momentum Bag Large. The Momentum bags blend premium saddle leather with a practical design. It's lighter and more flexible than the signature line I'm going to show you later, and it's got the magnetic fiddle lock closures and again padded dividers inside. Takes a fair amount of kit, probably one mirrorless camera and 2 or 3 lenses, aimed for photographers who are looking for a refined leather but something that's a bit more tactical and field ready. And it's called the L range, probably because it's aimed at L mount users or people using that kind of size of camera system. Next up, this guy is the SL medium size, which has been crafted, this particular one, from Oberwerth hydrophobized full grain leather, which is naturally water resistant without needing extra coatings. It'll easily hold a mirrorless body with a couple of extra lenses and lots of essentials for your daily carry or travel. It's understated, it's quite elegant. This one has kind of a red stitch highlight. It's again got those really interesting locking mechanisms. Again got a zippered section on the back, front pockets, and again would take a decent sized tablet. So it's like maybe a slightly more refined version of the Momentum bag and a stepping point between that and the signature range. Next up, this guy is kind of special. This is the Louis M11 in luxury leather. It's using their most premium material. It's noticeably softer and more supple in the hand, with a quality and feel that's closer to a high-end, designer handbag or something than we associate normally with camera bags. And no surprise, because this exact leather is used on some of the most expensive ladies' bags on the market, which goes some way to explaining the extra premium you're paying for this guy. Now, the leathers, you can choose different leathers depending on which bag series you're going for. The luxury leather isn't available on all of the different bags. It tends to be the smaller ones because it is such a premium offering. So we've got 2 points for our little really ingenious locking system on this guy. Slightly lighter stitch, and then quite a small little kit, not too different in size to the Q system, but aimed at a higher point in the market. In this case, mainly due to the leather. Even compared to the other Oberwerth bags, this leather feels at an extra tier into the stratosphere. God damn, that smells nice. And next up, the showstopper, the headline. Easily the most beautifully made bag that I've ever had the chance to shoot with. This is Oberwerth's signature bag in large. I actually got it on loan in black as well as in brown. As I mentioned, these guys are handmade in Germany using a wooden last and using traditional cobbler stitching that basically is out of use anywhere else. Full grain leather, vegetable tan that develops a rich patina over time. You'll note this one has been used for a few months. This one is brand new. You do get some marks on them, but you're going to find that it gets soft softer and nicer with time, but it's not going to lose that shape because of the way that it's been made. This guy comfortably holds a full frame mirrorless camera with multiple lenses and accessories. Really kind of rigid structure on this guy. You can see the way that it's been made, how the seams are kind of hidden almost, and the stitching, again, you have to care about this stuff to be willing to spend more on it. But putting it beside any other bag, everything is just so perfect, and other luxury bags kind of look sloppy when you put them beside this guy. Functional, but just in a different category. It's interesting just looking at them side by side, having, as I said, used this for a few weeks and this one not at all. It has already gotten softer and more supple. I would be really interested to see how these age over like a year of use. So, all luxury, but quite different designs, different kinds of leather, different kinds of usages, but all of them firmly within the luxury range. With Oberwerth, it's like sending your gear to live in a 5-star hotel. Now we're talking about mainstream brands. This is LOWEPRO, and they're the definition of a professional workhorse brand. But here I'm having it stand in for all the mainstream brands. Think Tank, Manfrotto, Kenba, all of those. These bags are designed on production lines, built for consistency, protection, and ease of access. Everything is technical. They're molded for protection. They have modular systems, the harnesses, the rain covers. They're great at what they do. They're incredibly good at their job. There's no criticism there. But placed next to the handcrafted leather bags, you immediately see the difference in intent and overall build quality. I would say over the past 20 years or so, every single time I've seen one of these mainstream brands launch a luxury option, it's been a flop. Case in point, this is the heavily discounted LOWEPRO Echelon Attaché case. It's a functional bag with some mid-range leather accents here and there, the handles and that kind of thing, but they just kind of slapped on. It's like putting a mahogany steering wheel on a Lada Niva. It doesn't make it a Bentley, or putting a tie on when you go to the gym. It doesn't make you a businessman. The only exception I can think of was the Lino range of accessories, bags, and jackets that were brought out by Manfrotto a few years ago. They were brilliantly done, but they brought in actual design team for that. From memory, the designer's name was Fabio Prada. How fantastic is that? So as I said at the intro, if you're looking for quality, solid, reliable, everyday carry that isn't premium, these are the brands to go for. But if you're looking for all of the premium things that we're talking about here, I don't think slapping a bit of leather onto an otherwise functional bag makes it premium or luxury. Leica accessories exist to complement Leica cameras in design and aesthetic. The bags and straps are understated, minimal, and precisely sized. Nothing's overbuilt, nothing's too flashy, but it is all pricey. The leather quality is pretty good, and the finishing is above average, but the real value here is cohesion. Everything feels like it belongs in the Leica world. Leica also does small leather goods and cases, but their specific focus is system-specific fit and brand continuity. You're paying for alignment, subtlety, and of course, the brand name. This is the Leica leather bag for M system in black cowhide. It fits an M camera with, say, 2 lenses or so and a couple of small accessories. The exterior is sleek leather with a subtle magnetic clasp that's actually really strong, and the interior has a micro suede and also the normal protective flaps. The shoulder pad is adjustable like pretty much everything in this, but the whole system is understated and perfectly aligned with Leica's minimal design. The only real flair on it is the midnight blue strap on a black bag. Gura Gear comes from somewhere very different. Adventure and travel photography. Their design philosophy, I would say, is pretty simple. Maximum capacity, minimum weight with really smart features. They're known for technical materials like sailcloth, their X-Pack fabric, and clever access systems. Their backpacks can carry a serious amount of gear without destroying your backpack. I've done an individual video just on their bags in the past. There's so many smart features built into these guys. These aren't luxury per se, but they are still premium within the world of functional adventure photography bags. Everything is really designed for durability and travel efficiency. Where the money goes on these ones is engineering and material sciences rather than labels and leathers, that kind of thing. The backpack I have here is the Koboko City Commuter 18 liter in Pacific Blue. It's got the fiddle lock system, a really comfortable harness. You can also put it onto a roller. It'll take a full-size kit up to, but not including something like a Z9 mounted upright, but you can take a long lens, a couple of shorter lenses. I took this on safari and it worked out great. The X-Pack fabric is really durable and it's super light, so it makes it great for travel. Next up, the Koboko City 6 liter sling. I think they introduced these guys around the Build Expo last year in New York City, and they were instantly sold out. This is the green color, obviously my favorite of the range. You can get these with a special photo insert. They're really straightforward. They have weather sealed zippers. It's a fairly simple design. It's basically a big compartment and a small compartment, but with loads of smart features like weather sealed zippers and the comfortable shoulder system that they're known for. And I find myself using this a lot when I just have like a one and done camera for the day and my wallet and keys and that kind of thing for going around the city. Gura Gear has beautiful designs, but it's built to be used out in the field. Grams 28 sits in an interesting middle ground between luxury, tech carry, and everyday design. Based in Hong Kong, their design language is clean, modern, and very urban. Think of it as stylish, everyday carry. They do camera slings and backpacks, but also iPhone cases and wallets, tech organizers, leather laptop folios, travel accessories. It's a giant ecosystem of different camera and EDC crossover pieces. The leather quality is decent, they're well finished, it's consistent, but I'd say they're designed to look good and perform immediately rather than improve with age. When you compare them side by side with the ultra luxury brands, their leather, this certainly feels more processed, but it's also lighter and quite weather resistant, so that makes it quite usable for day to day. First off, this is the Grams 28 Transit Backpack. It's a clean, urban designed everyday pack with a fairly spacious main compartment. And here I have the small camera cube installed as well. It's got a spacious main compartment with lots of pockets and mesh pockets on the front, lots of internal organization. And paired with the camera cube, it becomes quite a flexible photography carry solution with adjustable dividers, while still looking like an everyday modern city backpack rather than a dedicated camera bag. Next up, the MagSafe iPhone 16 Pro case. Now they make all kinds of different ones and different kinds of leathers. This one is actually the snowflake leather and it's made to age, and they say it takes a bit of hardware before it's gonna fully develop its character. I've been using this since they sent it over and it's really ergonomic, it works just great. They also have the modern band for the Apple Watch. It's really minimalist, light, and again has different colors and textures of leather options. The case and the strap both kind of match nicely without adding any bulk. That's Grams 28 strength. I think they're refined, it's cohesive as a system, everyday tech accessories that feel usable rather than flashy. As I mentioned, there are so many kind of crossover EDC bags within the range that you could use just for like carrying your passport or your wallet and your phone when you're on an everyday out. Ones that are slightly bigger that you could tuck a small camera like a Q system camera or a Ricoh, something like that. Some that are, I don't know, there's so many variations. Day packs, some have shoulder straps, some don't. This one is an actual dedicated camera sling bag, wider at the bottom so that you've got the ability to put full-size mirrorless cameras in there. As I said, tech folios, it's a huge range, but in terms of the camera-specific bags, again, there's probably dozens. So the last two I'll show here are the Adventure Duffel and the Adventure Sling. Both are built from X-Pack X11 fabric, which is a lightweight laminated technical material originally developed for sailing. It's abrasion resistant, water resistant, and it doesn't stretch or lose its shape. So over time, you should see these holding up also with the sealed zippers. The adventure duffel works well for overnight trips or when you're going on, a short trip and you want to take some gear and a small amount of clothing. It's got a fairly streamlined silhouette. It feels nice and rugged, whereas the sling gives you quick access to the everyday essentials, and it works really nicely as being an everyday camera bag that you can take a tablet and your camera and a couple of lenses or your daily accessories. That again, it looks and feels just like a normal city messenger bag, but you'll get away with, carrying a nice camera kit with you. Overall, Grams 28 is about modern utility, urban polish, semi-premium materials, smart construction, and everyday usability, rather than traditional leather heritage with the highest end materials. Let's talk fake premium or luxury products. There's a lot of them out there. Products that look expensive and promise high quality leather, but they just don't deliver on it in terms of material, build quality, or longevity. These bags are often heavily processed, low-grade leather, overcoated to look uniform, and they prioritize immediate presentation and appearance and how they look in pictures over the actual use long-term. Now, they may have some leather decals or they may be full leather, but how they feel and how they age is going to review their true quality. For example, this Mega Gear genuine leather camera messenger claims to be genuine leather, and it looks like leather from first glance, but it's definitely one of the faux luxury pieces. This leather is so low grade, it's split, heavily processed, coated. In the hand, it feels more plasticky than leather. It's stiff. Over time, you're likely to see this sag, crease, and lose its shape rather than soften and develop its character like a premium bag. You pay a mid-range price, but the bag won't age gracefully. It's not going to build personality. This is one of those examples where you can say something is 100% leather and it can still look like trash. That said, that's a big no from me. But if you want to pick up one of these sweet t-shirts or one of my poly camera merch shirts, I'll have details of that below. Compagnon is a German brand that sits firmly in the modern, design-forward premium space. Their philosophy, I would say, is about clean lines, modularity, and contemporary aesthetics, less heritage and more modern architecture. They use a mix of different materials, including premium bull leather and different kinds of leather, technical materials, sustainable fabrics, and they focus heavily on ergonomics and expandability. Compared to some of the more traditional leather brands in this comparison, I'd say their bags are generally a little bit lighter, a little bit more modern, although some of the early generation bags, the design was a little bit traditional, but they're more modern, more urban, and show a really thoughtful design. They also do travel backpacks that I haven't got here. They're similar design, but then they're all with technical materials rather than the canvas and leather that we're showcasing in this video. Now, first off, this is the Compagnon backpack in green with brown leather that I've had for years and used and used and used, and you're gonna see it compares quite a lot to the little backpack in blue, which is much newer and I haven't used that much. You can see how the leather has aged, how it's kind of gotten darker. That's just the nature of it, especially on the back. This one has seen a lot of travel, but it's just getting softer and lovely with age. It just doesn't look as virgin as the smaller blue one. They're using these great clips that a lot of brands are using something similar now, but they were doing this years and years ago. Unlike some other brands where I've had these clips fall apart, these ones feel really nicely built, lots of thoughtful pockets, and overall the build quality, it really is a nice compromise between being out in the forest and being in the city with premium materials, but it doesn't feel super heavy and kind of weighing you down. For full leather options, I have a couple of examples here, and again, these I've probably had for over a decade. This is the Little Weekender, I think the original generation. It's all 100% leather inside and out. You can, of course, put a camera insert in to carry a decent kit, but I would say, as the title says, the Little Weekender, it's designed for short weekends away to be able to, say, take one camera, some charging accessories, and then your clothes and all of that kind of thing that you need. I'd say Compagnon sits firmly in that zone between luxury and everyday functionality. It definitely has all of the features built in that you want day to day, but with those different leather accents that make it a little bit more refined. It's a modern design-led brand where every line and pocket and feature has a real function to it in the field beyond looking good in the city. I have a feeling this one's pronunciation is going to have me in trouble. Bleu De Chauffe is a French artisanal leather brand rooted in traditional workwear. Bleu De Chauffe literally means blue for heating in French, which refers to the blue jackets that were worn by factory workers and locomotive drivers in the 19th and 20th century to be around all of those hot engines. Everything here is vegetable tanned, handmade in France, done in an eco-friendly way, and signed individually by the maker, just like an AMG engine. These aren't really designed as camera bags first. They're leather bags that happen to work beautifully as a camera carry. Their leather is rich and expressive, and it's designed to age dramatically. Compared to the technical brands we have in here, these feel slower, heavier, more deliberate, and traditional, and I think that's all very intentional. They have two of their Fisherman's Musette. We have the extra small in dark suede, and then the small in tobacco suede. Now the green is so lustrous. I never know how to care for suede. I'll actually read the care instructions on these guys. They're classic artisanal bags that carry gear beautifully, whilst they are going to develop a patina. And of course that depends if you see patina as a great thing or as damage to your beautiful bag. Just note that these guys are basically a sack. I have bubble wrap in here right now to hold them up, but inside it's just a simple bag, but you can definitely put your everyday stuff in there, grab a little padded wrap for your small camera, and take these guys out. I've been using the green one and I've been really liking it. Finally, we have the Sac de Voyage Oberwerth in Pain Brûlée, which I think means it's the bag of the homeless guy going on a trip, and it's colored like a sweet dessert. This is a really substantial travel duffel with thick leather. It seems to be super durable. I think the materials used are really high quality, and it feels like, whilst it doesn't feel like the most luxurious leather, it really feels like it's going to be something you can pass down to your grandchildren. Like, the build of this thing is next level. Oh, fun fact, they all come with dust bags, like a lot of the fancy bags in this comparison do. It does also come with a felt lined padded shoulder strap, and again, the strap itself feels like it's going to outlast me by a couple of decades. And then inside, as the name says, it is Obo de Sac de Voyage. It's just a big sack. A bit like fine wine, I imagine these bags are highly personal in taste, are going to age well, and they're unapologetically French. Billingham is one of the true heritage names in camera bags, made in England and largely unchanged in philosophy, at least, for decades. In a world of hairs, Billingham is the turtle. Forget 50 different product lines updated seasonally. Their focus is on durability, weather resistance, and understatement. Billingham bags are designed to be used hard for years, even decades. Their Fibernite fabric looks just like classic canvas, but it's actually a high-tech, waterproof synthetic that's lighter, tougher, and made to endure decades of use. They're known for this classic look with the top grain leather trim, some brass hardware, but everything feels purposeful. It has style, but it's not decorative per se. Compared to the leather forward brands, I would say Billingham isn't trying to feel luxurious in the hand. It's trying to feel reliable. Owners often talk about that bags still look and function perfectly after 10 or 20 years of use. And having them in here in studio side by side with the luxury leather bags, Billingham does feel utilitarian, but that's exactly the point. This is the Aventa Mark II in canvas with chocolate leather trim. It's one of their larger camera bags designed to carry a body with a zoom attached, for example, a full frame camera with a 24-70 or a 70-200, plus a bunch of other accessories, lenses, and that kind of thing, and it'll still close nice and easily thanks to the deep and flexible main compartment that will also take a laptop. Next up is the Hadley One, maybe their most famous range of bags. This one in black fabric with the black matching leather. It's quite stealthy. This easily fits a mirrorless or a smaller DSLR body with a standard zoom and a couple of small accessories. It is, a classic look for them, and I really like this color combo. The SP50 shoulder pad is a really good addition if you're going to be fully packing this guy out with a heavier kit, or if you're going to be using it on longer days of use. Really improves the comfort level. A new addition to the range is this little guy, the Capsule One. This is what they call burgundy with the chocolate leather. And it's basically, I would say, for accessories or everyday carry, but it will take like a smaller, maybe an APS-C camera or a Leica camera and a couple of spare lenses. It's kind of neat, does kind of look like a washer bag, but in this range where you don't want everything to look like a camera bag, maybe that's a good thing. And finally, this guy is the Overnighter, again in the same fabric and brown leather. It's their travel-oriented bag, designed to take a camera and a couple of lenses, that kind of thing, but then also all of your personal items on a short trip without feeling overly bulky. So actually, Billingham do have a fairly diverse product range, but they're not out there chasing trends. They're over here, quietly outlasting them. So these are some of my favorites of the ones that we looked at in this video. To be honest, I'd love to keep like 2/3 of the different things that we looked at, but my wife would kill me because the studio is looking like a warehouse at the moment. But there's a spectrum, obviously, from efficient and professional tools to handcrafted luxury objects, and none of the brands are wrong. They just answer very different questions. If you're primarily focused on protection and access, there's countless options on the market. If you care about materials and craft and how something is going to age with you, the field narrows really quickly. So I hope that this video gives you context for why prices climb and what you're getting for that extra money. Let me know in the comments which brand surprised you most. Were you already familiar with them all? And which of the bags would you like to live with? Big thanks to B&H Photo for sending a bunch of these different bags out for me to compare, as well as the manufacturers who sent some directly for us to look at. It's only once you have them in hand side by side that you can really appreciate the differences. Let me know in the comments which brand surprised you the most. Were you familiar with them all already? And which of the different bags we've shown here would you actually live with for your style of shooting? You can see links to all of the products we've shown in this video below, as well as details on my upcoming tours. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.